If you want to be more efficient and effective while running your business with more inner peace than working on the core of your issues instead of putting on a band-aid is vital. Welcome to the Business Brain Podcast.
I'm your host, Esty Rapport, and here to help you improve your 28 cognitive functions, the 28 things that make up thinking. In each episode, we'll discuss a real-life challenge, why you might be struggling with it, and give you practical strategies so all areas of your life will improve.
When Robert joined Optimize Your ADHD Brain, he was high in debt. He absolutely loved learning and was already taking new trainings, courses, and doing whatever he could to take himself and the business to the next level. However, Robert never fully implemented what he was learning. Sure, some of it stuck as it was a really catchy phrase and he remembered it just in the right moment. But the real work, the full strategy, that was just another open project. So he's spending money, time, and energy to help himself without it really helping himself. When he joined Optimize Your ADHD Brain, I knew the first thing we needed to work on was getting him to be able to complete tasks all the way. Well, I wasn't worried about him doing the work and optimize your ADHD brain since the structure has been created that it's impossible not to implement if you show up to the live calls. But I knew it was eating away at other projects. Midway through the program, Robert shared how he was now completing almost every task all the way. Best part, when I spoke to him a few months later, after the program was over, he told me that he was taking another program and was able to get results immediately from the program because he was able to implement it. If you are struggling with something similar, I'm here to tell you, you do not have to struggle forever. In this episode 464 of the Business Brain Podcast, I'm sharing with you the exact steps so you can have your own transformation. But first, take a moment to leave a rating and review because yes, it helps the podcast more than you know. Don't forget to screenshot it and send it to me so I can give you a shout out. While you are doing any task, you, without even realizing it, are using your 28 thinking skills. The thinking skills you need to use are strong. Doing the task happens easily. If the thinking skills you need to use is weak, doing the task will be a challenge. The struggle that Robert had came from a weak thinking skill of perseverance and precision. Last week, in episode 463, we spoke about how the lack of perseverance is often due to another weak thinking skill. While we want to develop a growth mindset to improve our perseverance, we also want to understand which thinking skill is making perseverance a challenge. In Robert's case, it was a thinking skill of perseverance. You see, Robert would start a project, but not finish it all the way. He would do 70%, 80%, even 90% of it, but he would never take the project to the finish line. It wasn't getting done completely. Why? Well, every time had a different excuse, or more like his thinking skill of precision, doing the task precisely accurately, and all the way was less of importance. What's interesting about a thinking skill of precision is that we're all precise in the things we are really motivated about. Can I remind you how we started this conversation in the first place? Robert was lacking motivation and perseverance. So he wasn't doing the work precisely, which only caused him to lack more motivation to do the work next time. First thing we did was have conversations to show Robert's brain the benefit of doing tasks all the way. Now, we needed to actually do something. So Robert's brain was fueled with the motivation. So we turned it into a game. For the next 24 hours, can you do 5 tasks all the way? Or for short, ATW. If yes, he got a prize. His brain got to experience the dose of a dopamine one gets when doing a task all the way. Now his brain could feel on a physical level the benefits of doing a task all the way and was more likely to do it again in the future. Since he was doing tasks all the way, he was less likely to get stuck. With his growth mindset, he's now got what he needed to persevere, which gave him more motivation to be precise and do the task all the way. The reason why you're struggling with perseverance may be different than Roberts. But whatever the reason is, you will want to do 2 things. The first thing you want to do is develop your growth mindset. Train your brain to embrace those challenges instead of giving up. Haven't yet listened to episode 352 and 360? Stop right now and go listen to them because we go deep on this topic and it is super important for you to develop that growth mindset to improve your perseverance. The second thing is you want to understand which thinking skill is getting in your way and causing your blocking. Well, which thinking skill is making it challenging for you to persevere? Start by taking a thinking skill assessment at likepeaksuniversity.com/CF to understand where each of your thinking skills are standing. And then you can see which thinking skill is causing the lack of perseverance and the lack of motivation. Today, we got a deeper understanding of perseverance and how it can come from any weaker thinking skill. While Robert had a hard time with precision, you may be struggling with a different weak thinking skill. Your challenge this week is the same as last week. Work on your growth mindset. Purposely do challenging tasks. If you need more ideas, check out episode 352 and 360 and how to develop that growth mindset. And the second thing is take the time to figure out which thinking skill is making it challenging for you to persevere. Because as soon as you do that, perseverance will be a whole lot easier. Have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next episode. Bye for now.
That's all for this episode of the Business Brain Podcast. If you enjoyed it, please share it with 2 of your business friends so they too can gain from it, and you'll be helping us reach our goal of 1 million downloads by the end of 2025. Cheers to peak brain performance.